Grand Rising Elizabeth. Yeah,
Man,
it
right.
has cooled down. It has cooled down and it feels comfortable now. I was able to sleep. It
Yeah,
is Thursday, Arts and Creativity. June the 26th is the last Thursday of the month.
yeah.
Only a few more days and we into July
Well,
and all that brings.
we're in the
Like,
second half of the year.
yes, yes. Oh my goodness. Already. Yes. So I have pulled a couple of cards because Queen has said she has a video for us to watch, but I
Mhm.
have pulled a couple cards from the um secret manifestation cards.
Okay, okay.
All right. And so the first one is focus is everything. If you are thinking about it, if you are talking about it, you are inviting it into your life. Oh my
Mm,
goodness.
I-
Okay.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. So we gotta be very diligent about what we're inviting in.
Exactly. Careful. Yeah, we got to be
Mm,
careful.
yeah. And the second one is have the best day ever.
Hmm.
Have you set your intentions for the day today? Or are you going to let today be governed by the thoughts of yesterday?
Mm,
These words will help you get started. All good is coming to me today.
mm.
All my desires will be met today. Magic and miracles will follow me everywhere
Ooh,
today.
yay.
Yay. Yeah, that's cool.
Had to
I
be.
want to find somewhere. I am determined to like sit in someone's yard in the grass with my feet in the grass.
Hmm.
Sit
Well,
on the
come on.
grass and let the vibrations of the earth, you know. Um,
Yeah,
I woke up kind of really sleepy today, but I think it was because the weather cooled down.
yeah.
And then I took a shower yesterday morning where I started out with warm, and I soaked myself up real good. And
Huh?
then I rinsed myself off. And then I ended with cool water.
Okay,
And
good
it
for
was
you.
just really refreshing. And so remember when I came over your house, I had some swelling. My legs were swollen. My feet were swollen. Like,
Okay,
oh, so I drunk all water yesterday. I didn't drink any coconut water or cherry juice. I had been drinking cherry juice and coconut water.
yeah. Okay, okay.
But I drank all water yesterday and my swelling went down and
I'm glad. I'm glad.
yeah. Yeah. And like I said, I didn't go to the opening of the Baba Yao's exhibit yesterday, but I do plan. It goes until the 28th, and I do plan to go because it's at their headquarters. I said headquarters. Oh, they got stuff that I get and check it out. See
Well,
what I can get into.
let me know when you're going, and maybe I could ride with you if I
Okay,
can't get away to go.
okay,
Let me know when you're gonna go, and then
okay. Well, let's go tomorrow.
tomorrow is Friday.
Yeah, tomorrow or Saturday, either day. I,
Uh,
I
usually
it's from
Friday.
4 to 8. It's from 4 to 8, so I can't go today. I
No,
can't
oh,
go today because it's class tonight.
oh, that's right. hmm
Yeah.
Gosh, I got to remember that too. So maybe I'd like to join you both tomorrow at 4 or whenever you go.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah,
Friday or Saturday, Queen,
about
whatever
Friday.
whatever you prefer.
Um, okay, I'll look.
Okay.
Right now, I want to get into this video because it's so good, and I want us to have a moment to talk about it afterwards.
Okay. Right.
um, let me see. And if he says something that you want where you want me to stop, let me know. or just jot it down, and then at the end we'll talk about it all. But it is so good. It is called, let me see, share. I still want to be able to see you guys, so why? Let me see. Show meeting. View. Gallery.
Because the movement of
Okay, so this is June 26th, something big is coming. Prepare for the shift. There was another one that was shorter, but this one really explains it well.
Okay.
So you can line your thoughts and stuff up for the acceptance of this wonderful stuff.
Right, exactly.
of the universe is not chaotic. It is patterned, structured. Everything has a rhythm, a pulse. Nothing happens without a cause. The movement of the universe is not chaotic. It is patterned, structured. Everything has a rhythm, a pulse. A deeper logic that cannot be seen by those who only live on the surface of life. June 26 is not just another day on the calendar. It is part of a larger rhythm, a signal, not a coincidence. When something inside you feels different as that day approaches, you are not imagining it. You are sensing it. You are receiving something that has not yet fully arrived, but it is already in motion. So people wait for signs, but they ignore the patterns. They ask for answers, but never observe the structure that's always speaking. The storms don't arrive without the wind first changing. The sun doesn't rise without the darkness first deepening. There is always a warning, a hint, a subtle clue. June 26 is such a clue. The universe doesn't speak through loud voices. It speaks through timing. 1. When you see dates that keep returning, when you feel emotional waves that don't match your external circumstances, when you sense a build-up of energy that is not just mood, it is momentum. June 26 is not important because of superstition. It is important because something is aligning. That alignment can be for destruction or growth. The direction depends on you. Most people are unaware of these alignments. They are too distracted, too scattered, too full of noise.
Let this soft mineral melt in your mouth to rebuild your gums and teeth, and never need a dentist again. People are fixing their...
So when the shift comes, they are surprised, shaken, and lost. But those who are awake, who listen before speaking, who observe before acting, they feel it before it becomes visible. That is why preparation begins in stillness. You must learn to recognize the quiet intensity of universal shifts. June 26 is not going to knock on your door. So it is not going to announce itself with fireworks, but your mind, your body, your emotional world, they will already begin to move. You will feel unsettled. You will feel something is different, but you won't have words for it. That is the invitation. Do not look outside to find clarity. Look inside to see what is surfacing. The deeper you go inward, the clearer June 26 will become to you. The mistake most people make is waiting for external validation. They want someone to confirm it's real before they act. They want the news, a headline, a collective reaction. But the truth does not require validation. The shift that comes with June 26 is real whether you believe in it or not, whether you notice or not. It is not waiting for your permission. It is already happening. The question is not if the energy will shift. The question is if you will shift with it or resist it and suffer the consequences.
Wow.
When you feel that something big is coming, trust that instinct. That inner knowing is not random. It is your connection to the deeper rhythm of life. Don't dismiss it. Don't explain it away with logic. The mind is useful, but the heart feels what the mind cannot calculate. June 26 may appear like an ordinary day to many, but if you have been paying attention to your own life, to your dreams, your emotions, your repeated thoughts, you will know that it is not. There is a moment before every transformation when the old begins to break down. That breakdown can feel like exhaustion, confusion, even despair. But it is not the end, it is preparation. The system is making space. June 26 is the day when the signal becomes clearer. The energy that has been building in the background will step forward. Whether that shift brings peace or chaos depends on how aligned you are with your purpose, your truth, your daily actions. So some people will wake up on June 26 and feel something shift in the air. They may not be able to explain it, but they will move differently. They will make a decision that has been waiting to be made. They will finally release what no longer serves them. Others will ignore it, continue in the same patterns, and wonder why things start to fall apart days or weeks later. The universe does not punish, it balances. So June 26 is a balancing point. Your responsibility is to be aware, to live with attention. If you are not watching yourself, if you are not honest with yourself, the signs will come and go and you will not notice. But when you live with discipline, with silence, with presence, you begin to feel the subtle push of the universe. It doesn't shout, it nudges. June 26 is a nudge with force. It is a shift that requires readiness. It is a test of your internal stability. So you prepare not by doing more, but by becoming more still. You simplify. You reflect, you align your thoughts, your speech, and your actions. You stop waiting for permission and begin acting from clarity. June 26 is a window, a short moment when the door opens for those who are ready to walk through. If you are not ready, the door will close and you will be left with regret and confusion. But if you are, what you receive will not be external riches. It will be internal power. Let June 26 remind you of something simple. Everything moves in patterns. You are either living in rhythm with life or fighting against it. Watch the pattern. See the timing. Trust the shift. To prepare for June 26, you must begin with stillness, not with planning, not with worry, not with noise, but stillness. If your mind is restless, no preparation will be complete. If your heart is heavy, no step forward will feel right. The shift that comes on June 26 will not be a physical one at first. It will begin in the invisible. That means your preparation must also begin in the invisible, inside your mind. People often think preparation is about doing more, but in truth, it is about becoming lighter, clearer, more present. Most people are too distracted to feel what is actually happening. They are always reaching for something, trying to fix, trying to solve, but they forget that clarity comes when the noise stops. June 26 is not asking you to panic. It is asking you to pause. It is not calling for reaction. It is calling for reflection. When something big is about to arrive, the wise do not run around. They sit still. They observe. They center themselves. Because when the shift comes, only those who are grounded will not be shaken. If your mind is not still before June 26, then when the energy comes, it will push you into confusion, into fear, into reaction. But if you are still calm, balanced, you will move through it with strength, even grace. You cannot receive what you are not open to. You cannot understand what you are not present with. That is why June 26 will feel completely different depending on your state of mind. For one person, it may feel like a storm. For another, like a revelation. The difference is not in the day. The difference is in the preparation. And the preparation begins with silence, with stillness, with awareness. Ask yourself honestly, how often do you sit in silence without distraction? How often do you listen without needing to speak? How often do you allow yourself to feel without running away from the feeling? June 26 will expose the truth of your inner world. It will make clear where you are strong and where you are weak. This is not to punish you. It is to awaken you. If you cannot sit with your own thoughts, you will not survive the pressure of the shift. If you need constant stimulation, you will miss the quiet signal, and June 26 will pass by like any other day.
3 huge reasons why you should definitely avoid using this on your hair. In just 2 weeks, it made my hair.
And yet something inside you will feel unsettled. That's how most people live, half aware, half awake. And so they suffer when change comes because they never saw it coming. Stillness is not laziness. It is the highest form of discipline. To sit, to breathe, to observe, to hold your energy instead of leaking it. That takes strength. The kind of strength June 26 will demand, because when the shift arrives, your reactions will try to take over. You may feel anger, fear, doubt, confusion, but if you are grounded, you will not act on those feelings. You will let them pass like a wave, and then you will choose your next step with clarity. Without inner stillness, you are just reacting to life. You are being moved instead of moving with intention. But when you are still inside, you begin to see the space between the impulse and the action. That space is where freedom lives. That space is what June 26 is offering, a deeper sense of choice, if you are awake enough to see it. Now is the time to simplify. Stop chasing everything. Reduce the noise. Spend less time with distractions and more time with yourself. Journal. Meditate, walk in silence, observe your breathing. These are not luxury habits. These are survival skills for the shifts. June 26 will reward those who have cultivated calmness, not those who are loud, not those who are busy, but those who are still, steady, and watching. You don't need to understand everything that's coming. You just need to be ready to receive it without resistance. And resistance comes from fear. Fear comes from confusion, and confusion comes from noise. So the solution is simply reduce the noise. Internally and externally, the quieter your life becomes, the louder your intuition will speak. That voice will guide you through June 26. Some people wait for the perfect moment to begin. They want a clear sign, a confirmation, a guarantee. But the moment is already here. The universe does not send out appointment letters. It sends out energy shifts. June 26 is one of those shifts. You either tune in or you miss it. Tuning in does not mean overthinking. It means being fully present with what is. Now, without judgment, look around your life. Where is the tension? Where is the pressure? Where is the resistance? These are signs, not of weakness, but of friction. And friction always precedes movement. Don't run from it. Study it. Breathe with it. Let it show you what needs to be faced before June 26, because what you ignore now will only grow stronger later. And when the shift comes, it will force the truth into the open. So you prepare by getting honest, by getting still, by creating space in your day for quiet, for reflection, for self-observation. There is no other way. You cannot prepare externally for what is coming if you are not first prepared internally. June 26 will not reward your to-do list. It will reward your awareness. Sit quietly. Listen. Something is already moving, not outside you, but within. You can feel it if you stop running. The shift is not coming to hurt you. It is coming to show you where you stand and how far you are willing to go. Don't waste this moment. Prepare yourself, not with noise, but with stillness. There are moments in life when you have to choose, not because someone forces you, but because the energy no longer supports indecision. June 26 is one of those moments. You either let go or you get pulled. The universe is shifting. You can feel it in your emotions, in your relationships, in your body. Things are becoming unstable, not to break you, but to wake you. If you hold on to what no longer serves you, the shift will drag you into discomfort. If you release it, you rise with the energy. Letting go is not weakness. It is alignment. It is understanding that life moves forward, not backward. People, habits, beliefs, everything that has expired will feel heavier around June 26. That weight is not punishment. It is a message. A reminder that some things were meant to be chapters, not lifetimes. You have to stop romanticizing struggle. You have to stop calling attachment loyalty. Letting go is not quitting. It is freeing yourself so you can be ready for what is next on June 2026, many people will feel like something is collapsing. A job, a relationship, an identity. But this collapse is not the end. It is a release. The universe will not allow you to keep carrying what is no longer meant for your path. If you don't let go by choice, life will remove it by force. This is how balance is restored. It's not cruel. It's corrective. When something breaks down,
I personally use Live Fresh dental gel every day, sometimes twice a day for 2.5 years.
you must ask, what was I refusing to release? Letting go is not an emotion. It is an action. It's choosing to stop feeding what drains you, choosing to close the door that keeps opening to pain, choosing to no longer wait for someone else to give you permission to live freely. On June 26, that decision will become necessary. You may not even realize how much you're holding on to until it starts to break. That moment is the beginning of awareness. Don't fight it. Use it. There is no growth without space, and there is no space until you release the old. The mind will try to convince you that letting go means losing something, but look closer. If it was truly yours, you wouldn't need to hold on so tightly. If it brought peace, you wouldn't feel this exhausted. What you're holding might feel familiar, but familiar doesn't mean right. June 26 is a test of your ability to choose truth over comfort. When you feel the urge to control, stop. When you feel fear rising, breathe. When you feel something slipping away, let it. If it is right for you, it will stay. If it's not, let it leave. June 26 is not about winning. It is about releasing. Trust that what leaves is making room for something more aligned, something your soul has been asking for, even if your ego doesn't understand it yet. Look at your life honestly. What are you still holding onto out of fear? So, what have you outgrown but still tolerate? What patterns keep repeating because you refuse to close the door? These questions will become louder around June 26. The energy will push you to answer them. If you don't, the lesson will repeat. And the next time, it might hurt more. Let this be the time you break the pattern. Letting go means facing reality. So, accepting that some people are not meant to come with you. Some dreams were meant to teach you, not stay forever. Some pain was meant to open your eyes, not define your identity. On June 26, the energy of the universe will ask you to make space. For some, that will feel like loss. For others, like liberation. The difference is awareness. Don't wait until you're forced to change. Voluntary release is always more peaceful than forced loss. What you surrender with grace leaves gently. What you cling to with fear often breaks you. June 26 gives you the chance to choose. Let this be the moment you align your life with your inner truth. Let this be the day you stop settling for what you've outgrown. There is no freedom without letting go, and no real letting go without trust. Trust that life is unfolding the way it should. Trust that what you lose was never yours to keep. Trust that you are not being punished. You are being prepared. June 26 is preparation. The space you create by releasing will not stay empty. It will attract what matches your energy now. But that only happens if you release the outdated, if you stop carrying what belongs to your past. Many people say they want change but are unwilling to let go of the familiar. That is the blockage. That is why they feel stuck. June 26 breaks that illusion. You will be shown clearly what needs to be left behind. It's up to you whether you resist or surrender. Don't ignore the signals, the people who drain you, the environment that suffocates you, the habits that steal your time. These are not small issues. They are the very things blocking your peace. June 26 will reveal this sharply. Don't call it a crisis. Call it clarity. Release is power. It's not passive. It's not weak. It's the bold decision to trust that something better can come only when you stop clinging to what no longer fits. Don't wait for the pain to increase. Choose to let go now. When June 26 arrives, let it find you ready, open hands, clear mind, steady heart. That is what preparation looks like. That is how you move with the universe, not against it. Let go.
I'm just checking in on everybody.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay. Welcome those who are just jumping on. Isn't this good?
Yes, it's
Keisha.
awesome.
Oh my God. It is like, oof. Okay. Okay. I'm
Yeah.
back. I just wanted to pop in and see what's going on. Here we go.
Or be pulled. Pain is not the enemy. Pain is the messenger. It comes to show you something you've ignored, something you've buried, something you need to face. Most people run from, complain about it, resist it. But pain is not random, especially around moments like June 26. Pain becomes the signal. It becomes the teacher. The shift that's coming is not soft. It is not gentle. It is direct. It does not whisper. It presses. And it presses exactly where you've been avoiding the truth. Many people think that if they feel pain, something is wrong. But sometimes pain is the sign that something is finally starting to change. When a deep shift arrives, like the one bun building toward June 26, it has to move through the body, through the emotions, through the thoughts, and the movement of that energy will stir discomfort. It must. You cannot stay the same and expect things to evolve. Pain is part of that transition. What hurts is often what heals you.
This the easiest bra to wear for seniors. Aging comes with shaky hands and weak muscles.
The disappointment, the betrayal, the failure, these experiences crack open the false layers. They strip away your illusions. They bring you back to what is real. June 26 will expose the gap between how you live and what your soul actually wants. That exposure is painful, yes, but it's also necessary. It's like a mirror that doesn't lie. And the more honest you are with what you see, the faster you grow. Avoiding pain never works. It delays the lesson. It increases the pressure. You think you're protecting yourself, but you're only building a wall that keeps you stuck. Pain shows you what you've outgrown. It highlights the lies you've told yourself. It reflects where you've betrayed your own peace just to fit into someone else's life. Around June 26, these patterns will surface, and they won't ask politely to be seen. They'll demand it. The shift on June 26 will feel uncomfortable for those who have stayed silent for too long, for those who've ignored the small signals, for those who've held their breath, waiting for things to fix themselves. But life doesn't work like that. If you refuse to move, the pain will move you. If you refuse to listen, the pain will speak louder. That is not punishment. That is life trying to wake you up. There is a simple truth. You can either use pain as fuel or let it become your cage. The difference lies in how you respond. Do you sit with it? Do you breathe through it? Do you ask what it's trying to teach you, or do you distract, blame, escape? June 26 will bring intensity, but that intensity is a gift for those who are willing to feel it fully and not run. Pain is a purifier. It burns away what doesn't belong. It removes the noise. It leaves only what is essential. When things fall apart, what remains is truth. June 26 might feel like a breaking point. But what's breaking is not you, it's the illusion. And when that illusion is gone, you see clearly, you feel deeply, and you begin to rebuild from a stronger place. Don't fear the pain. Respect it or respect it. Observe it. Welcome it like a guide. And ask it what it's trying to reveal. Where do you still carry guilt? Where do you still blame others? Where have you abandoned yourself just to keep the peace? These questions are sharp, but they are necessary. On June 26, the energy will not allow lies to remain hidden. Truth will rise, and truth is often painful at first. Transformation never happens without discomfort. Growth does not come from ease. It comes from pressure, from challenge, from struggle. The seed breaks before it becomes a tree. The muscle tears before it becomes stronger. The heart cracks before it becomes wiser. June 26 brings that kind of break, not to destroy you, but to shape you. Most people want change without pain. They want evolution without discomfort. That is not how it works. The more resistance you carry, the harder the pain will push. But if you surrender, if you allow it to move through you, it passes faster. And what comes after is clarity, strength, and depth. But you must go through it, not around it, not over it, through it. You will feel it building before June 26. Restlessness, frustration, emotional spikes, old wounds resurfacing. Don't suppress it. Let it rise. Let it speak. Let it guide you to what still needs healing. So your pain holds the map. The location of your freedom is written in what you've tried hardest to avoid. And when the day arrives, you will know. Something inside will shift. A release, a confrontation, a truth that cannot be avoided. That is your opportunity, your turning point. Not everyone will use it. Some will fight it. Some will numb it. But those who accept it, who embrace the discomfort, who sit with the burn instead of running from it, those are the ones who grow. So don't see pain as the problem. See it as the beginning of truth. Let June 26 be the day you stop avoiding what hurts and start learning from it. That's how you rise. That's how you evolve. That's how you prepare for what's next. Pain is not your enemy. It's your awakening. Let it do its work. You cannot control what is coming. No matter how much you plan, how much you prepare, or how much you think, the shift that arrives on June 26 will not ask for your permission. It will happen with or without your approval. The energy is not waiting for your schedule to clear. It is not asking if you're ready. It is moving. And your only real task is to align with it, not to control it. This is where many people go wrong. They think preparation means control. That if they can manage every detail of their life, nothing will go wrong. But June 26 will reveal something deeper. Control is an illusion. What matters is not your ability to control the outside world, but your ability to stay stable inside no matter what shifts on the outside. When you try to control everything, you become rigid. And when energy shifts like it will on June 26, rigidity breaks. But when you are aligned, you bend, you adapt, you move with the current, not against it. Alignment means your thoughts, your actions, and your values are in sync. It means you're not acting out of fear. You're acting out of clarity. If you are trying to control every outcome, you're acting from fear. You're trying to protect yourself from the unknown, but life is mostly unknown. June 26 reminds you of that. It strips away the fake sense of safety you built around predictable routines.
Hi, Mr. Wonderful here. I don't waste time, and I definitely don't waste money. I joined Start Engine as a strategic.
It challenges your grip on comfort. And if you are not aligned, you will panic, you will resist, you will suffer. But if you are aligned, you will feel something different. You will feel calm even when things are uncertain. You will know that your center is not outside of you. It is within. And from that place, you can move through anything. June 26 is not a threat. It is a test. It is a moment to prove how deeply rooted you are in your own discipline, your own awareness, your own truth. You don't prepare by holding tighter. You prepare by loosening your grip. You let go of needing everything to go your way. Let go of the idea that comfort means safety. Let go of the need to always be right, always be in control. Let go of the idea that your path should be smooth. The path is not supposed to be smooth. It is supposed to wake you up. Alignment means you know what you value and you live by it, even when things get hard. If peace is your value, then you do not create drama. If honesty is your value, then you do not lie to protect your image. If growth is your value, then you do not avoid discomfort. June 26 will bring a wave, and your values will determine whether you sink or stay standing. Don't get distracted by what others are doing. This shift is personal. It's about your inner world. Don't try to manage everyone else's journey. Don't waste your time convincing others to see what you see. Focus on staying aligned in your own actions, in your own energy. in your own responses. That is your responsibility. When things become chaotic around June 26th, the ones who are aligned will not react the same way as the ones who are not. Some will fall into blame, others into anxiety. But those who are rooted in discipline will pause, breathe, and move with purpose, because alignment gives you direction. Control only gives you anxiety. You cannot predict what June 26 will bring. You can only decide how prepared you are to meet it. And preparation does not mean knowing the future. It means trusting yourself, trusting that you have trained your mind, trained your emotions, trained your actions, not to be perfect, but to be clear. That clarity is your power, not control. The moment you stop trying to manage everything, you begin to see the truth. Life doesn't want to be managed. It wants to be honored. And honoring life means showing up to every moment fully, honestly, and without fear. June 26 will give you the chance to do that. But only if you stop trying to force the outcome. You cannot force the wave. You can only ride it, and riding it requires flexibility. If you're too stiff, too stuck in your ways, too attached to how you think things should be, the shift will break you. But if you are loose, humble, and open, it will move you forward faster than anything else ever could. June 26 can be a breakthrough, but only for those who release the need to control. So stop overthinking. Stop asking what will happen. Start asking, who will I be when it happens? That's the real question. That's the preparation. You prepare by becoming stable inside, by clearing your mind, by living in integrity, by being aware of your reactions. That is alignment. That is how you ride the wave. And when June 26 comes, you will know if you're aligned or not, because it will reveal the truth. The shift will expose your weaknesses, but it will also highlight your strength. Trust the process. Trust the movement. Don't control it. Align with it. That is the way forward. That is the way through. Not everyone will notice what happens on June 26. Some will wake up, go through their routine, scroll through their phone, and go to sleep without feeling a thing. Not because nothing happened, but because they are not awake enough to see it. The universe does not shout. It does not force you to listen. It sends quiet signals, gentle pushes, small disruptions. And if you are not present, if you are not conscious, those signs will pass by unnoticed. The shift will still happen, but you will miss the meaning. Awareness is everything. The more awake you are, the more you begin to see patterns that others ignore. You notice energy in a room. You sense a change in a conversation. You feel when something is about to happen before there is any proof. This is not magic. It is presence. And presence is what you need most on June 26. Many people think waking up means reading books or gathering more information. But real awareness is not in how much you know. It's in how deeply you see, how fully you feel, how honestly you live. So if your life is filled with noise, you will not feel the energy shift. If your mind is always somewhere else, you will not receive the message. June 26 is a message, but only those who are awake will hear it. To be awake means you are not reacting blindly. You are watching your thoughts. You are aware of your emotions. You are able to respond instead of explode. You don't follow the crowd just because it's louder. So you stay still because stillness lets you hear what movement drowns out. On June 26, the crowd will be distracted, but the awake will be focused. So some people look for big signs. They want lightning, thunder, a dramatic event.
Here's a 30-second bedtime ritual you can do to awaken your pineal gland. Did you know that your pineal gland's inability to connect with...
But that's not how most transformations arrive. They come quietly, through an insight, through a strong feeling, through a sudden realization that something has to change. June 26 might not look important from the outside, but inside, for those who are ready, it will feel like everything shifted. This is why you must train yourself now. Don't wait for June 26 to try and become aware. Begin today. Watch yourself. Listen to your own reactions. Feel your emotions instead of avoiding them. Speak less. Observe more. When you do this consistently, your sensitivity increases. And when the energy of June 26 comes, you will notice it like a new smell in the air. it will be clear to you. Those who are asleep will miss the opportunity. They will think it's just another day. But later, they'll feel off, unsettled, confused, because the energy changed and they didn't move with it. They stayed stuck in old patterns, unaware that the time to release had come. Awareness gives you timing. It lets you act when the moment is right. That moment is June 26. The awake see with inner eyes. They are not fooled by appearances. They are not impressed by noise. They feel the truth behind words. They sense what is real without needing it to be proven. This is the level of attention required to understand the message of June 26. You will not see it with your eyes. You will feel it in your core. When others are panicking, the awake are calm. When others are lost, the awake are centered because they have prepared. They have cleared space in their mind. They have removed what blocks their inner clarity. This is the work, and this is why June 26 is not for everyone. It is for those who are ready to see what they couldn't see before. You must decide now, will you be one of those who sees or one of those who sleeps through the shift? Because life will move forward either way. But those who are awake will move with it. They will grow faster, heal deeper, understand more, because they are not stuck in denial. They are open, present, aware. Ask yourself this: how do I respond when something small feels wrong? Do I pause and reflect? Or do I rush and ignore it? These small choices determine your awareness. Awareness is not built in one day. It is built every day. And if you train it now, June 26 will not surprise you. It will simply confirm what you already knew deep down. This is not about fear. It is about readiness. It is about sensitivity to what others overlook. That sensitivity is strength. It allows you to move with wisdom, to choose your words, to direct your energy, to live with purpose. On June 26, this will be your greatest advantage. Not force, not control, but clarity. You do not need to predict the future. You only need to be present when it arrives. If you are present, you will respond well. If you are absent, you will react blindly. June 26 is coming either way. It is your level of awareness that will decide what it means for you. Stay awake, stay aware, stay grounded. What others miss, you will see. What others fear, you will understand. That is the gift of presence. That is the power of being ready. The message is already moving towards you. Don't sleep through it. Prepare to see, prepare to feel. Prepare to receive. June 26 will speak. Be quiet enough to hear it.
The morning sun.
Yeah.
Well.
What did you get from that?
You know, it just comes along with actually I spoke to Reb yesterday and she was talking about I don't know if you saw posted where Aziz is gonna have, I guess it's celebrating her birthday, I think. It's gonna be a 3-day thing again here.
Oh, okay.
And she was saying, I wonder what Aziz is going to have to tell us. And I was like, everything is calling for us to be present. Everything is calling for us to be present. Every message, every encounter, every meeting, was it Sunday? Yeah, Sunday. You, like I told you, Rhonda, it's called The Sanctuary, and it's in Southfield. Mm-hmm. And she just didn't expect for as many people to actually RSVP and to show up. Mm-hmm. And they showed up. Mm-hmm. And it was all about the change is coming and we are ready for it and welcoming it in. Mm-hmm.
Right. You need to flow with it, and know that something is happening, that it's not just you, that you're on the right path.
Mm-hmm.
You're on the right path, and listen to yourself, get more quiet time. And yeah, it spoke a lot to me as far as my journey and what I want to share with you all today, about all of us really being on top of what your passion and your purpose is, really living that out. And anything that is, like it was saying, if whatever's not usable anymore, we just let it go.
Mm-hmm.
With no judgment about it. Just, it's okay, because you need to open up for more stuff. I'm not talking about just physical stuff.
No, yeah.
Or, more teaching, more a better understanding about things that we were taught when we were young, or are being taught now, and then always being open to revolution and change for ourselves. And this is a delicious time to be alive. Lakeisha and I was talking the other day, I think it was yesterday, and she was saying she noticed a change in me, and we could not say what it is, what that is. And that's what he was talking about, that these things will, as we evolve, some things are you're just going to step in. It was like, when you've gone to another level, and my example of that is that when we were at a club and Philip was playing, and when it was time for his solo,
Mm-hmm.
everybody's just talking and talking, and the music, the band is playing and stuff, and everybody's talking and stuff. But when he went into another gear of life, of spirit, took him to another space in music,
Mm-hmm.
everybody in there turned and looked at him. Everybody felt the shift, like what he's talking about, felt that shift. And you may not be able to articulate it or call it a particular thing, but you know it when it happens. It's
Mm-hmm.
like for me, for speaking in tongues, I can speak in tongues. I can just start yamba son de yamba le kasandariando le legata ye poi siki. But that's me, and I know that it's me. It's coming out of me, just like I know these words are coming out of me. That's the same with the spirit. You just are not. You're just letting it flow. But there is a time when the spirit takes over. The shift, the gift, the gear shifts, and I'm relaxing to whatever the spirit is saying.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
I could, and it says in the Bible, don't like suppress the spirit. Don't do that,
Yeah.
But some people, when they're doing, they're scared and, stuff like that. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, in what I got out of that is that this is a day that's happening. So really pay attention to what we're saying, what our thoughts are. Really think on those things that you want in your life, And anybody else want to share something? What's up, Lolly Lolly?
Hey, pumpkin, where's the pumpkin?
Hey, she oh well, let me show. I know y'all want to see her.
Hi, boo. Oh my goodness.
Look at her paying attention.
Yes. She...
What I was gonna say is honestly, well, two things. One, I agree with Mama Evelyn and the importance of being present. And I also pulled from that. How do I want to say this? Okay. I pulled from that June 26th, which was that today? I think that's today. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
It's no different than any other day.
Yeah.
And when I say that is that like what he was saying is what we should be doing each and every day.
Yeah.
Again, being present, but really not waking up and just like automatically like, all right, I'm just gonna scroll on Instagram and I'm just gonna do whatever. It's like, no, really open up ourselves for the shifts that are happening that we need to be attuned to. And then it's easy just to tune out. Like it's easy just to not pay attention. But like if we can really focus on the things that are developing in our lives and the shifts that are happening and having that gratitude for what is coming and being able to withstand the things that maybe might not be so pleasant all the time so that we can continue on in our journeys and elevate. And I know for me, something right now is like, you probably like, especially this week, you haven't seen me much. And I am like taking on a whole bunch of different roles this week. I started doing one of my summer programs. I had an interview for a different position somewhere else. And then I got the baby and then meetings and I got shows. So it's like it's beautiful things happening. And it's like everything that, I've been praying about, I'm starting to see things opening up for me, but it's also a place of like, this is very trying. It's pulling. I have to insert all of my energy and I have to find that balance and all of that. And so, like he was saying, I and like Mama Evelyn was saying, really, really being present in this moment is going to be so huge for this shift that is happening so that I can go through without falling apart and crashing and not knowing what to do and feeling like I can't take it and being scared of what's next. Like there's no fear when you can really, I guess, be still and know in the midst of all of the movement. So that's kind of what I pulled from it. Yes, thank you.
Oh, Ashe. So good. So good. Anyone else want to share?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I've been listening to him and meditating on him probably for the last, couple of weeks. And he
Can you come on video yet?
Oh no, not at all.
Okay. Go ahead. I love your beautiful picture.
And he was talking about, what's your ritual every morning? Like every morning, you supposed to like command your day. Like you are supposed to, talk to yourself in a certain way, be intentional about how your day is going to begin.
Yeah.
Being present, don't let the world dictate like who you are. Know who you are, be intentional, what's your ritual every day? Like, what is it? Are you telling yourself? You be the first voice. Don't let the outside world dictate your day, who you are, who you're being. Like, don't just get on the phone. Don't just, spend that time with yourself. Like, spend your time with yourself. Get grounded. And like he said, how you can just, be present. Being present. Basically, being present to what's going on in your life, being present and speaking to yourself, speaking over yourself, be intentional, being loving, being kind. I just love how Lolly had put it. But yeah, he's been really manifesting in my spirit.
Yeah.
That was good because I didn't listen to him last night. I didn't go to bed till probably like 6 something this morning. And normally I put something on, I listen to him or Neville Garter. I did not. And Lord, I said, okay, oh my God, it's 9 something. And look, he was on. That was so good. That was so good and was so on point. That was the first thing I was able to hear and meditate in my spirit. So thank you about today for being the 26th.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Anyone else?
Going once, going twice.
Going twice.
Oh my goodness. Well, it is 3 minutes to 10.
You had an announcement?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that on July the 2nd, I will be at Duffield branch of the Detroit Public Library,
Mm-hmm.
and we will be making the peg dolls. And yeah, at 2:00. And I also wanted to make a little testimony that I really love it when, spirit is that little quiet voice that tells you to do something.
Mm-hmm.
And when it tells me to go to arts and scraps, because the peg doll is this is not one dressed, okay? But after they get dressed, they need a way to stand up.
Yeah.
So I was gonna get little bits of wood and drill a hole. And I don't know. I went to arts and scraps and I got, these cones that threads come on.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the top. So I cut the top off. I'm keeping these because this can be like a peg doll, but just with a bigger head.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, and I covered them decoupaged them with some strips of fabric. And so now when we finish, the doll will be clothed and say, "Oh, spirit." And I cut all of them perfectly. They balance perfectly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spirit just guided me to that. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I love it. Yes. All right, y'all. So what's the temperature gonna be today?
I don't know. Where's my phone?
I'm looking 89, really?
We
But
will
it's
not
cool.
meet today. We're not going to meet today afterwards, the team. Not
Okay.
today.
Okay.
Next week I'll be ready for you.
Okay. All right. Yeah, today's gonna be 89, tomorrow 88. Woo! All in the 80s. That changed from yesterday. It was like gonna go down into the 70s or low 80s, but okay. But at least it's not as humid. That's the way I feel the humidity. Yeah. So well, all right, y'all. Let's go out there and make it a great day. We're gonna give ourselves a hug. And get that baby a hug. Get that baby a hug. That kids. Oh my goodness. She's such a snuggle bunny. I can see it all. Let's hug the world, because that is our job now. We are light workers and we are everything into the light.
Yep.
Hug that world and hug all the powers that think they be. And give them love and sprinkle love on them and understanding and awareness, and wake them up. Wake them up, wake them up, wake them up.
All right. I will see you all when I see you all.
All right.
Peace out.
Peace out. Love you guys.